Hey everyone, how are y'all? Betty Joe, how are you? Shishi, I did not mean to send that in the message when I was saying hi to you. I thought I had sent the one message saying hi and then the other one by itself. See if I'm allowed. Can I? Put musical. Are you in Discord? Because only me or mods are allowed to put uh, links in the chat. If you're, oh shit. If you're in Discord, drop it in there, and then I'll drop it in the chat. Or you can email it to me real quick, and then I'll drop it in here. Just how are you? Hey Tiff. Okay, hold on. Why is my hold on just a second. Get your Discord. Okay, hold on, Sally. Butterfly Kisses, how you doing? That is cute, Sally. Butterfly Kisses, no, you're not late. I'm just getting started. I was actually late. Dan, how are you? Betty Joe, how are you?
Good.
Okay, I was making sure you could hear me.
Can you hear me?
Why in
Here, Laura?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Hold on just a second, y'all.
I was watching some drama go on.
Uh oh. There's always drama going on somewhere. Okay, give me a second, y'all, because I'm trying to change all my shit around over here.
Did anybody ever find out what happened with YouTube yesterday?
No, I don't know what the deal was. I know after it finally came back up, and as soon as it was back up, that I seen Agenda Free TV already had a live going about YouTube being down. And then today, I think X was down.
Uh,
So
I, could,
I don't know what the problem was.
I don't either, because I go to get on my YouTube and it's like error, error, error. And
Well,
then all of a sudden, my YouTube page disappeared. It's
well,
like,
I was already in one live, and then I start open up a new tab to go into it so I could look for something. And yeah, it wasn't doing anything. All I was getting was a black screen.
yeah. And then my icon disappeared on my channel. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? I know I didn't
Yeah,
do anything to lose my channel.
I couldn't see anything on mine.
And then a little while later, it came back up. And it's like, okay, I don't know what the hell that was about.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. They said it was an issue with their recommendation system that caused it to crash worldwide. That's crazy, honestly.
Yeah, it was everybody's. It wasn't just certain.
Well, I had asked a friend of mine in Canada, and they said that they could, like, their home page was black, which is what I was getting, but they could go to, like, their subscription
Uh,
part or whatever, and Lisa, how are you? Um, but yeah, I couldn't go to anything on mine. My homepage, like nothing would work.
I couldn't get mine to work either. And then I asked my daughter, I said, check your YouTube. So she checks it. She says, no, it ain't there.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem was. I don't even know for sure if X was down because I was on there earlier, but haven't been on there since I don't know 2 or 3 hours ago. Let's see. Okay, musical. Did you send it? Did you email it to me? Hold on, let me check my email so I can drop this link real quick. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna post a link to an article of a case in Australia that is sort of like Nancy's case. Only the case in Australia was it was basically a gang hit on the wrong house, is what musical is saying. And then we go put it into. Two seconds. Let me answer these people back. Oh wait.
Oh,
Okay. Is King even in here? I haven't even seen her today.
I haven't seen her either.
He still hasn't been found a few days later. Musical, that is just sad, sad, sad. Hopefully they find him soon, especially if what you were saying was shown that happened to him. All right, hold on, y'all. I gotta take the shoes off because you know I can't do a live in shoes. Gotta be all complicated and shit. Okay. He's from the police. They know the gang involved. Well, musical. Hopefully they can find the man here soon.
Gang. What are we talking about?
The uh the link that I just posted is an article of a case that's going on in Australia right now. It's kind of similar to Nancy's case. An 85-year-old man was in his house and there was a gang hit, but they hit his house and it was the wrong house. And it was intended for a rival gang down from his house, but they ended up taking him and they don't know where the man is now.
Wow.
And Musical was saying that uh, like there's been stuff posted of fingers being removed and all of that. And this man had absolutely nothing to do with it. Just they hit the wrong house.
Hmm, that's crazy. I don't know what state it was, but you hear about the shooting at the hockey game?
The man who uh, shot his wife and kids,
Uh,
is that the one you're talking about?
No, this happened at a hockey game. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it happened at a hockey game.
Oh, okay. Then yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't remember what state it was, but yeah, I saw it. Was it yesterday? Day before that?
I think it was.
Um, I didn't like look into it. I just seen it as while I was scrolling on X. But yeah, it was at a hockey game, and for whatever reason, he took out his wife and I think two kids, I believe it was,
I think so.
which is just crazy. Hold on, y'all. I'm over here doing something this, I guess.
It's crazy.
I need to have all my shit together before I even start a live.
This world has gone nuts.
Nuts ain't the word for it. Okay, I think I'm ready now. I think anyway. Oh shit.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Got your drink?
Yeah, all I got is Coke tonight though. I ain't got no damn energy drink.
You got your vape?
That's actually a good question. Yes, I do. Right here. And a brand new bottle of juice to go with it.
I think that's it.
And I got my notes.
I was getting ready to say you got your notes. Forgot about it.
Yep, I got my notes too.
Then you should be good.
Sally, check Discord.
I don't want to jinx it, but the cough medicine I've been taking
Uh-huh.
has actually been helping me.
Well, that's what someone in the chat had said. They were asking if you felt better because you sounded better.
Yeah, it's helping me with my cough. And my voice is getting better. And I've only taken it for 2 days.
Well, at least it's working.
So we'll see.
Okay. All right.
And I lost 20 pounds.
Oh, well, damn, girl.
I don't know how I did that, but I did it.
Okay, I know I got more than one damn page of notes. Hold on. So I went back and watched, because I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. Brian Itton had put out a video last night. And I had to go back and watch it. It was a 30-minute video, y'all. It took me 2.5 hours to watch this damn thing.
Why did it take you so long?
Because I'm Scarlet and I drag ass and I got distracted. And then I had to take, I'd have just honestly, I needed the notes from what was being said. I would have just been better off just transcribing the whole damn video, to be honest with you. But no, it was just, I had a lot going on today behind the scenes. Yeah, distractions and all of that. You know, because I mean, if I go a day without being distracted around here, then it's a good day. You know. Oh shit! I'm over here just clicking on stuff. I don't even know what I'm clicking on, y'all. So anyway, 2.5 hours later, I got all the notes. But after that, I found out that TMZ got another ransom note this morning. Which is pretty damn interesting. And this one, Harvey has put it as it has a highly sophisticated demand that's involving a form of crypto that is not Bitcoin. but they are still asking for the same amount, $6 million, 6 million US dollars, but in this new form of crypto. And that there was some things in there. Uh, they graphically described the consequences if the demand is not met. And of course, he wouldn't go into what that was. Hey, Courtney, how are you? But I don't think they've heard anything from the guy. Uh, I'm gonna mute for a minute. The dog. Okay, that's fine, Betty Jo. Um, I don't think they have gotten another note from the guy who was requesting the 50,000, then upped it to 100,000 for the information on where Nancy is, or the people who took her, or the main person, as they had said in the note to TMZ. Wait, what was it, nice, Sally? Dan, why are you gonna say something like that? All right, y'all give me just a second. Betty Joe, is that a train in your background?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to mute?
No, you're fine. I was just wondering if that's what that was.
Yes, it's the pain in the ass train that thinks it's got to go by 3 or 4 times a day.
Yeah, they do that here too. Did y'all hear about the FBI getting in touch with the Mexican federal authorities, uh, asking them to be on the lookout, or to put it out to other law enforcement agencies south of the border, to be on the lookout for Nancy and her kidnapper. So that was also a new development that is going on in the case. So now they're thinking that she has possibly been taken to Mexico. But they did check Border Patrol cameras and some other different devices that they have, and don't believe that she was actually taken, like, as soon as she was taken from her house, like taken from the house and then straight across the border. They think that it might have been within like the next few days, because there was nothing to suggest right after it happened that she crossed the border. So they're
So,
also looking into that possibility.
so they're saying she might be in Mexico?
It's a possibility. Hey, Elsie. It was, if you remember the letter that was sent to TMZ the other day, and the guy, the one requesting the $50,000 that then upped it to $100,000.
Yeah.
Uh, he had said something about, I know what I seen 5 days ago in south of the border, I believe is how he put it, but basically saying in Mexico. And I know that it was Nancy that was with them. So I don't I don't know if that's what they're going off of. Excuse me. And just thinking that, this person knows what they're talking about, or if there is other evidence that they have come across that leads them to believe that she was taken across the border, just not taken from the house and then straight across the border. It was a few days afterwards.
Hmm.
So crossing international lines would make it a federal case. Crossing state lines would make it a federal case.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what state,
Mm-mm.
it would make it a federal.
But also the fact that there's ransom demands here, you know, possibly across state lines, possibly across a border. So it's, at least the FBI has like been here from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
I still think FBI should be leading this.
I agree. I agree.
because
I don't like that sheriff. I don't trust him.
I don't. I, I watched him today on when Brian Enton did the interview with him, and it was literally he only got 10 minutes, a 10-minute interview because that was all the time that they gave him. But I don't like the fact that when he's asked a question, he beats around the bush for a few minutes, just because he's so hard to keep up with. He doesn't just go straight into the answer. It's let me tell you this, and then I'll kind of slip the answer in over here, but I'm not going to make the answer make sense. It's like that type of deal.
Yeah.
And I think the whole very soft talking type person that he's trying to portray himself, I honestly do not think that that is how this man is. I think that's an act, in my opinion.
I do too.
It's just I don't know. There's just something about him. I'm not going to say he's trying to cover up anything, or that he knows something that he's trying to cover up or cover for people or anything like that. I just there's just something about how he goes into it and he says things and then he has to backtrack and then he's asked a question and he doesn't get directly to the answer.
Yeah.
It's what like they say. It's like pulling teeth trying to get an answer out of it.
It's like he don't know. He doesn't know how to do his job.
That could be a possibility too, but I don't. As far as like Tucson and Pima County and like the crime there and what he's actually done as a sheriff for the county, I don't know if he doesn't know how to do his job or if this case has just overwhelmed him because he's not used to the media presence and
That could
not
be
like not this much media presence anyway.
right. That could be it.
And it's
Is
just there's something about the man I don't like, and I still can't put my finger on what it is that I don't like about him. Other than you ask him a question and he doesn't get straight to the answer. And this we're talking about an 84-year-old elderly woman with heart issues. That when you're
mm,
asked a question about something, if you can answer it, then answer the question. Don't say, "Well, this, and this," and then
right.
here's your answer.
Right.
If you can't give that information out, just say, "I can't give that information out."
Exactly. It's not hard. You could say, "I don't know that information," or "That information cannot be released at this time."
And I've
That's it.
noticed that a lot of times when he's asked something, he's like, "Oh well, I don't know." Like, are your detectives not giving you this information?
Yeah.
You know, for a sheriff of your county, you don't know a whole lot, honestly. But once again, that's just my opinion on things. I could
Yeah.
be completely wrong. He is a weasel. I can see that, Tiff.
He even looks like.
The man has a no confidence vote against him. Only one person thought he was a good sheriff. It's him. I don't. I honestly, and somebody has said when the next election is for sheriff, I just don't think he just off of Nancy's case alone. I don't think he's going to win it if he runs again.
I don't think so. I don't think he should be reelected. If you can't handle a high profile case like this, even though, okay, this might be the first one he's ever had,
Hmm.
if you can't handle that, then you should not be in that position.
No,
Because at any time of any day, a case like this will pop up again. And what are you going to do? You're going to do the
sure.
same thing you're doing now? The mistakes you're making?
Well, if he doesn't feel comfortable, and I get that he's a sheriff of the county, and maybe he doesn't feel comfortable in front of the cameras, and maybe he doesn't like he's not he can't handle all the questions, the fast paced questions coming in,
Okay,
and the
so
pressers. Then get somebody who can.
hey, get somebody that's, what are they called? The
The
spokesperson for
the
your,
the POIs.
yeah. You get that one of them and you get them to do it. If you can't handle all this cameras in your face,
Yeah,
these
because
questions being thrown at you,
some
you get
people
somebody
just Some
knows how.
people don't like being in front of a camera.
Yeah,
They don't like it. Some people are very comfortable being in front of a camera, some are
right.
not. And he could be some of those people who are not. But get someone who is, who can deal with the fast pace of it, and who can, get straight to an answer. And if it's a question that's asked and you can't give the information out, just say, I can't give that information out. We need to keep the integrity of the case and
Yep,
move on to the next question.
yep. It's like he tries to explain something that's going nowhere.
Yes.
You're not giving an answer. You're just explaining something that you might think that's going on.
And don't be so damn soft talkative either. Like,
That's
say it
why I
with your
said,
whole, like, put it out there. Raise your voice. Say it with your chest. Mean what you say what you mean,
yep.
and be done with it.
And if you can't, like I said, you get somebody in that office that does that type of stuff, that handles the media and the questions, because you're not very good at it.
No, he really isn't.
And all you're doing is making this case seem a little bit weirder.
There's so many twists and turns. I was telling my son about it last night. That he finally, after I played the prank on him and my daughter yesterday, he actually ended up texting me back. Um, and if y'all were in Discord, y'all know the prank that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But,
I
so
see.
I think I traumatized my child. But um, I I was telling him about it, and he was just like, "How the fuck are you keeping up with all this?
Yeah,
like,
I
like, how do you keep it? Like, where where is all of this going?" And I'm just like, on paper. That's why do you think I got so much paper and ink pens, and I have to write it down. There's so many twists and turns and
yeah,
people popping up, and you know, just like the boy the other night that got detained in the Range Rover. I don't want to say his name yet, just because he was detained, but then he was released. He has not been arrested. There's no charges on him at this time. Uh, but I will. His initials are LD. It came out that his girlfriend uh, is kin to Nancy somehow,
yeah.
but nobody can prove how she's kin to Nancy. I've heard that it's Nancy's cousin. I've heard that it's Nancy's niece. I've heard all these different things, but where's the proof that they're actually kin? And I don't understand why people are throwing all these extra things into a case to make it more complicated than what it already is.
Yeah. Something about, I think they said it's her niece from her, I don't know if it's a sister or a brother,
See, I don't know.
but
There's
they're proving it.
yeah, there has been absolutely no proof that this girl is kin to Nancy in any way.
But they want everybody to believe it. No. How can you believe something when there ain't no proof?
Yeah, well, it's I got to see the proof for. Hold on.
I don't know. Like I said, this case is crazy. And it's been almost, what, 3 weeks now?
Uh, so this past Sunday was 2 weeks that she was reported missing.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Just on said I heard she's a friend of a relatives of Nancy's. That's what I'm saying. So that's like the third thing that I've heard as far as her being connected to Nancy. Now, the what I do find weird is that the day before the raid happened and the Range Rover was pulled over and the house was hit and all that, and we watched all of that go down Friday night. The day before that, this girl was arrested, and people are saying that she narked them out, and that's how they Ellie came up with the dude in the Range Rover. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But she does have a long rap sheet, and so does he, because they were both arrested together back in 2025 for trafficking.
For trafficking?
Yeah,
Then why the heck? Mm.
Yep, it was
Why
drug
are they not
trafficking.
in prison?
See, I don't know what. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I've seen some people that's posted some things on X, but I haven't like I said, I've been distracted, baby Joe. So I don't know where the case went as far as the actual charges that they got and any convictions or anything like that, or if it's still an ongoing case. It still could be a case that's open.
Now, see, also, you got some people saying the family has been cleared. No, they haven't.
Okay,
That
so
at this time they're not suspects,
yeah,
but
and
they're
so
not
I need
clear.
to I need to go back and find. Let me do that real quick because I was looking something else up. Let me while we're talking about that. Uh,
I mean, basically, the only ones that could be really cleared is Savannah and her brother because they weren't there.
yeah, but there's still steps that would have to be taken for even them to be cleared, even though they wasn't there.
Right. But if it was to come down to it, them two weren't there. Savannah was in New York, and I don't know where her brother was.
I saw that him and his wife flew in from Vermont. I don't know if that's where they live at, or if that's just where they flew in from, or what the deal is there. But even if that's where they were at, like I said, they still got to prove that they didn't
Right.
have something to do with it. You
Right.
know.
Because you can still be there and be
Right.
involved.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me find real quick.
But from what I've seen, I can't remember if it was Anton, Brian Anton.
Hmm.
They're not a suspect at the moment, but they're not cleared either.
Okay. So this is what Pima County has said. This was a statement that they put out. Okay, wait. I need to because I don't want to bring up my ex account. Let's fuck it. Let me do it because it's in there. I don't like bringing up my social media accounts on here. Okay, it says a statement from Sheriff Chris Nanos on the Nancy Guthrie investigation. To be clear, the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and spouses, has been cleared as possible suspects in the case. The family has been nothing but cooperative and gracious and are victims in the case. To suggest otherwise is not only wrong, it is cruel. The Guthrie family are victims, plain and simple. Please, I'm begging you, the media, to honor your profession and report with some sense of compassion and professionalism. Now, FBI or someone from the FBI, and I need to go find that as well, has stated they are not suspects at the time, like you were saying.
Right.
So, why is Nanos over here saying that they are cleared?
Yeah,
Why
now
not?
that
Why not just say at this time they are not suspects? There is no evidence to show that they are a suspect in the case. Because whenever you put the whole thing about being cleared, it's like you've done a whole ass investigation into these people and you have evidence to prove that they are clear. But how are you going to? How can you say that they had nothing to do with this or that they are cleared when you don't even know who did it?
yeah, exactly.
That's what I would like to know. That'd be like me going out and committing a crime, but then saying that my kids are clear, but they don't know who did it.
Yeah.
It it makes no sense. See, I don't think they know any idea who to suspect. If the whole case is just it's crazy, honestly.
At the time, I think they're playing Ring Around the Rosie.
Well, they like I said, they need to stop with the pissing contest, and Nanos just needs to hand it over to the FBI.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere.
No, I get it's his county. He wants to be the one to solve the case, but this is an 84-year-old woman. Let someone who has more resources and further reach handle the case. Elsie, that is true. Going nowhere fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so online flyers are now being circulated in Mexico to aid in the search for Nancy. So all I understand is Tucson, Arizona, and that she was reported missing on February the 1st of 2026 in her name. But I'm gonna pull it up real quick. So this is now what's being passed around down in Mexico. So at least they're getting the word out down there. Of course, we will not know what type of information that they have or reasons to believe why she is down there.
Cartel.
I think that's, which I have said this from the very beginning. I think it has something to do with cartel. I don't
Yep.
know why, uh, what their reasoning is, but I have said that from the beginning. I think that this is, I said cartel or mob. That was my two things. So we'll see.
I'm thinking cartel.
I mean, I mean, if they're thinking that she is across the border, then more than likely cartel. But there was a thing that was posted, and I don't know this to be 100% fact or not. Um, Let me find the paper because I had actually went and looked this up. That the guy who owned the silver Range Rover, that he was part of an organized crime in Tucson that they call the underworld of Tucson. Now, I went and looked this up to find out what it was, it, and all this and that, and it's basically the different gangs that they have out there. They have the Mexican mafia, all these different. There's the cartel groups and the Nazi lowriders. Like there's so many different groups out there that they are saying is part of this underworld Tucson organized crime thing that they have going on. And they're saying that the boy that drives the silver Range Rover was in all of that.
That's true. What?
So the fact that he refuses to have a press briefing just makes things so much worse. The media and the public have nothing to go on but their own speculations. And see, Jason, that's the problem. It's okay to speculate. It's okay to think, give your opinion. But then you have some people out there who want to start speculating and just come up with wild, crazy ass nonsense and then post it as a fact without anything to back it up. And that's where it starts getting dangerous because then people, their names get drug into it who may not have anything at all to do with it. Sally, are you talking about the Range Rover? Because I did see that today also that they still have it. And that the, was it the guy that Itten, he was former FBI agent that Brian Itten had, I believe he's the one that interviewed him. And he said that, okay, the raid happened and the traffic stop happened Friday. It is now Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they've had it almost a week. Either they're keeping it for evidence because they found something in it and they're not going to let the vehicle go back to the owner, or they are just processing the hell out of it to the point where they're tearing it completely apart to see if they can find anything. But then he also said that if it's not turned over within the next few days, then it's an almost guarantee that they're keeping it for evidence. And they already had a car that was towed from the house Monday, which a lot of people thought law enforcement had the car towed that was at the house that was raided. It wasn't law enforcement. That was also put out that it was the insurance company is the one that had the car towed because it was wrecked like last week, week before that or something. And insurance company had totaled the car out. And so they, at their request, it was towed.
Well, yeah. If an insurance company totals the car out, they'll tow it.
So yeah,
They'll,
that's what That's why that car was towed. But it was as soon as that came out that the car had been towed, everybody was like, "Oh my God, law enforcement had it towed. Why are they having the car towed?"
Yeah.
It had been wrecked, and it was at the request of the insurance company. Like people just, which I kind of get why they do it, just because
Yeah,
there's
because
no
nobody,
information being put
yeah,
out.
nobody's saying anything.
And I don't, like I said before, I get why they don't put a lot of information out because they need to keep that information close to the vest because whoever did this or if someone actually does have information, they need it to be a genuine interview where that person comes in and gives the information and it's not information that they've already heard through the media or from law enforcement or whatever. So I understand it, but I also think that there is information that they have that they can put out to the public that will minimize the speculation and the rumors and all this and that will not hurt the case. And the sheriff is just like, they posted on Twitter every day or two. No press conference scheduled. If something significant happens, we'll put it out to our media partners.
Yeah, and see, that don't make no sense either. You raided 2 houses.
Yeah, but
You
no,
could at least put something out.
all we got was that there was people detained, and then
Yes.
they were let go a few hours later. There was no arrests and no charges.
Yeah. You could have put something more than that.
I don't know. I just they need someone else there that could speak on behalf of the sheriff. He's I take this man as a very cocky person, very
Well,
egotistical.
we can go take care of that. Just
Wait,
saying.
you what? What?
So we can go take care of that. Him being cocky.
I plead the fifth on that, Betty Jo.
I said, I'm just saying.
Okay, and then there was some stuff about the DNA. So this is going to turn into an IGG case, just like Idaho 4 did. Um, so the gloves that were found 2 miles away from Nancy's house, the DNA was put into CODIS. There was no hit. It doesn't surprise me, even though they're in close proximity to her house. It still doesn't mean they had anything to do with the crime or what had happened there or her disappearance or anything like that. It could have been just some random ass person who threw a pair of gloves out. Um, I'll donate. Wait, what? I'll donate my $84 ones for Bill. All right, Elsie, we're gonna hold you to that now. So that doesn't surprise me, but there was some DNA that put into CODIS. There was no hit, so now they're going to go through the whole IGG process and try to figure out if they can make a connection in the genealogy database with this person's DNA and their relatives, and then work from that and try to find out whose DNA this belongs to. Which could take, God, how long did it take in Brian in the Idaho 4 case?
Oh, Lord, I don't even want to talk about it.
The whole IGG process.
It took a while.
Yeah, so it could take weeks, months. There's no telling. I would think it's possible that this person would have family in the database. So that's why I'm not going to do anything wrong because I'm pretty sure one of my relatives were dumb enough to do their genealogy. So that's why y'all need to be good and not do nothing wrong. Um, Sally. I need to get out of Discord. Sally's distracted me. I have confidence. Wait, Sally, who do we have confidence in? Okay, now it's about to do something. Oh, and also I heard that FBI was going around to a couple of the gun shops with, to begin with, I heard with a list of 40 names and 40 photos, and wanting the the gun shop owners, to run those names and see if anybody had come into that shop and purchased a gun recently.
Brian Denton put that out.
Well, but then there was a video that I saw from one of the guys who owns a gun shop that the FBI come into that said that he came in with like 20 photos. The FBI did. So
I heard it was 40.
that's what I heard. 40 photos and 40 names. Now, that doesn't mean that all 40 people on that list is suspected to possibly have anything to do with it. It just could be that they needed to put those names in there and those photos in there, just kind of like they would do for a lineup. Uh,
Right.
you see what I'm saying? And then if there's
Mhm.
a hit that comes back off of that, they would work the lead from there. So I don't know. Or there could be another reason. We don't know shit other than literally the only fact is that Nancy was taken out of her house at 2 o'clock in the morning on February the 1st. Okay, so Sally, I don't see the comment that you're talking about. That you have confidence in her. Who is her? See, nothing talked about as positive as the truth is rumors. Well, that's the problem, Elsie. Yeah, whenever there's nothing put out for the public to keep them calm, the rumors start flying. Not convinced the gun is real. The charges would have been lower if he got caught in the house with a fake liquor. Hold on, I think I've missed something in the chat. It may help if I put my chat on my chat. That could be the fucking problem. Tiff, charges on who? Wasn't Cece the lady that was like the IGG expert?
Yeah, CC Moore. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I knew I heard that name from somewhere. I think Sally has confidence that I will help the 84 ones. I'll help with the 84 ones. I don't know. Maybe I need to get back into the whole IGG information shit because I've got those notes for Idaho Force somewhere, but I'm not digging back through boxes just to find. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I will look it all up and get information about it. She saw my college classmate. Wait, what? She saw my college classmate's murder 41 years ago? Sally, did I know about this? I did know about it. Betty Joe, did you know about this?
Mm-mm. No, I didn't.
Sally, I don't think you told us about that. If you did, I don't remember. But then again, I don't even know what damn day of the week it is. So,
It's about to be Thursday.
I mean, I could have known about it and just forgot about it. That's the problem. Courtney, that's what I'm saying. Like, you get the details on it. Okay, so it was when they started using IgG. We heard about IgG in 2022. So that was almost 4 years ago. No, you don't expect me to remember something from 4 years ago. Let me write that name down. Okay, I got her name wrote down. Oh shit. If you bust in a house without a weapon, the charges are different than if you are armed. Don't know who yet, but he could probably have intimidated Nancy with a fake gun. If that, yeah. I mean, at this point, anything is possible. This case has made me lose sleep. It's so weird not hearing bubbles in the background. Alright, well, hold on just a second. Let me get through all of this stuff real quick. Inside addition did a hit piece on streamers in front of Nancy Guthrie's home. Wow. They're more worried about the streamers in front of the home than they are about Nancy being missing. Ugh. I mean, why not do a piece on the streamers after the case is over with? Daughter made me put my headphones on. Sally, she just don't want to hear us. That's all it is.
Who?
Sally's daughter. She said her daughter made her put her headphones on because she's spending the night.
Wow.
Uh,
Sally spending the night with her?
no, her daughter's staying with Sally.
Wow.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Well, I hadn't been live since Thursday, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was Thursday. Yeah, because my dad's birthday was Friday, and so I didn't. And then okay, so yeah, it was Thursday because the storms were Saturday. Okay, I was just making sure because I have notes kind of scattered around. Uh, but the blue shirt that was left, if y'all remember, out like at the end of Sally's, dear God, the end of Nancy's walkway outside of her house, like where her steps are, the rocks that are right beside of it, there was a blue shirt that was there, and a lot of people were wondering where it had came from and why it was left there. Well, it finally came out uh, that the federal law enforcement canine had used it, I guess, to try to track her scent, or like get for the dog to get her scent and then track her, whatever. And then
Mhm.
they brought the shirt back and just laid it there on the uh, the rocks and just left it there. And FBI had to come back and pick it up and I guess bag it. So
I hate
why? And
hate
that's
case up so bad.
well, it doesn't. Why you like? Why not just hand it to the FBI? Why throw it? Because then that gets a whole nother big thing of rumors that start running and people going crazy and posting like, why is this shirt here? Why was it left here? And then like when they were searching her property and they threw their gloves down, the searchers threw their gloves down on her property
Yeah,
and just why?
because they're ignorant trash bags.
Hold on, I gotta scroll because I can't sit there and look at that
I was
shirt.
gonna say something else, but I gotta be nice.
Well, they seem like they're fucking incompetent.
Try to be nice.
See, it's also sloppy. Like they don't. I've never, which I know we saw it in Idaho Ford. There was a glove that was found outside the kid's house. But I don't think that we've ever talked about another case where searchers would take their gloves off and just throw them on the ground in the area that they searched and just leave them there. I, Sally, I mean, could it get any worse? Honestly, I mean, maybe he would be able to get more done than anybody else. Okay, so now the reward is up to 102,500. What's this? This isn't even right. Yeah, I'm not gonna share that because that's not. I don't think that's legit. Okay, the glove thing's fairly common. They carry gloves in their pockets apparently, and they flew out. I mean, I would get that they carry extra gloves in their pockets just in case they come across evidence. They got to put a pair on, bag the evidence, take those gloves off because you don't want to do any type of cross contamination or anything like that. So you put a fresh set on. I get that, but don't throw them on the ground and leave them there in an area that you're searching, trying to find evidence for a missing woman. Okay, so Sally, I heard FBI's put up $100,000. This guy in what state was it? Another guy put up $100,000.
Oh,
It, shit, I
I
can't
didn't
even remember
know.
what state it is. But from what I had seen earlier, that the FBI doesn't accept reward money from third parties, so they turned it down, and that it's still at the $100,000. The guy that put it up the $100,000 in the other state, said that the reward should have went straight to Crime Stoppers because at that point the people can remain anonymous. Uh, and of course, like I said before, we know that there has been times that the FBI didn't really want to pay the reward. Give me a second. I'm trying to see if there's anything new. So Mexican authorities. This was posted 14 minutes ago. Brianna Whitney has put out. Mexican authorities were briefed on the investigation. Attorney of man detained Friday speaks. So the guy down in Rio Rico, what's his name? Carlos. He went and got him an attorney. And Sheriff Nano says an accomplice has not been ruled out. How long is this video? I'm gonna play it. Nope, that's not it. All right, y'all let me know if y'all can't hear this when it starts.
Brianna Whitney, a reporter with Arizona's 3 TV and CBS 5 and host of True Crime Arizona Live. So, Brianna, Mexican authorities have been briefed, we understand, on what's been going on. But does that also mean that the center of the investigation is outside of Tucson?
Not particularly. I mean, when you're talking about Southern Arizona investigations that are this high profile, it is not uncommon at all for these law enforcement agencies to work with Mexican officials. I mean, that is pretty common, and we would expect that in this investigation. But it really still seems like the crux of the investigative efforts are still centered around Southern Arizona and the Tucson area, where we know they're doing that gun probe. They're going to stores like that. They're still focusing on the DNA and those results coming back as well. So I think it's kind of one of those things where this was to be expected in terms of contacting Mexico authorities, but I still think most of the investigative efforts still centered here in Arizona.
You know, you're hearing from the attorney of the man whose home was raided during last Friday night's operation, but was not arrested. What's he saying?
Right. So we aren't naming their client just because there are no charges yet in this investigation, no charges filed at all. But it is interesting. He did say that his client and his mom were both detained after 2 search warrants last Friday. And they were both detained, they were questioned, and then they were released. But they are adamant in saying that his client is not involved in Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping, abduction at all. Neither one of them are, and that they believe that they're just at the same kind of place that everybody else is in wanting Nancy Guthrie to be returned safely. So again, we now know who was detained. We now know that there were 2 search warrants and that this man and his mom were both detained together, but no more answers on that. And they are vehemently saying not involved.
Well, is the sheriff any closer to determining if the person we see in that video surveillance even acted alone?
I mean, you know, he went on the record today and said that they are looking into the possibility that there was an accomplice. That's still a possibility. To be honest, it feels like anything's a possibility at this point. It feels like we're still going with DNA. We're waiting for those results to come back in. We're hopeful that there will be new surveillance video and pictures. We know they're trying to go through the other cameras that were on Nancy Guthrie's property. We now know they're also testing biological evidence that was found in the home as well. So could there be an accomplice? It sounds like the sheriff says that's still a possibility, but there's so many parts of this investigation that are outstanding. It seems like we need some of those results back to make more of a concrete answer on that. Obviously, we hope to find that soon as we near 3 weeks of her gone, which is honestly shocking to say.
Unbelievable. Brianna Whitney, thank you so much.
Damn, it just cut out in the middle of the woman talking. Someone said it looked like Bella Club was sold online at Walmart. That should narrow down this. The other day, when JLR went to Walmart and he bought the backpack, he found the backpack that was like the one that they're saying that the guy had in the video. He didn't find the holster, but I don't think he ever looked for the mask. See if they had one there.
Where'd he go to look?
He went to Walmart and he went to look for the what is this? To look and see if they had a backpack like what they're saying that the guy had on in the surveillance footage at Nancy's front door.
Right.
And he was able to find the backpack. He actually bought one just exactly like the one that they're saying that the guy had on. and he went to look and see if they had the holsters that the weapon was in, but I
Yeah.
don't believe they had one of those.
Walmart sell them.
But I don't think he looked to see if they had the mask that the guy had on, or if they had one like it. Sam Hill should have. Hold on a minute. Oh, okay. I was checking something with my son. But yeah, I just thought about that. He didn't uh, look for that there. I'm trying to figure out how to get this shit out of my screen. I don't know. I wish we could just wake up in the morning and it's all over the news that she has been found alive and it's going to be okay. Tiff, that is true too. You know what? Let me see. Let me see if I can see what they actually sell it into. Let's see here. We're going to make this in a store. We're just going to go look. If they had anything like that, I would think that it would be on like the hunting section. It's been a nightmare for her. Elsie, you talking about Nancy? I couldn't imagine what she's thinking or going through. How scared she is. Okay, so wait, is this in store or is this online? Because they do have it. They actually have several different ones. Yeah, these are all online orders. Nothing in store. Shit, they got 13 pages for a full face mask. Damn. What was the name of the backpack that he had? Is it an Ozark Trail?
I have no idea.
I think it was 25-liter Ozark Trail. I believe that's what it was. Yeah, you can order them for like $10.88 is what it has on here. But I know what you call it bought his at the store the other day because he was filming while he was in there, and the little dude that works there had a scanner thing on his phone, and he put the phone up to the lock on because they were in a case, and he had to unlock it with his phone. Taylor thinks is one that's name starts with an H. See, if you're talking about the mask, right? Ozark Trail. Yeah, it's 1088 plus tax. What it shows on here. But this also is an online order. But I do know for a fact he bought his in the store there in Tucson. But looking at the masks, though, there's so many of them. They all look basically the same. I need the back page. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to look at something on this real quick. Okay. They are still putting stuff out about the girl that was arrested the other day. The fuck is my sticky notes at? So that's the mask, right? Yeah. And the jacket that the guy had on in the footage. Some people were saying it was. Oh damn! Hold on, I've got it. I forgot what it was. Arrow something. But I don't think that's the one that they were saying. I don't think that's it. And that didn't come from Ellie. That was coming from people.
Is it Arrow or Astro?
No, it was Arrow. It's the shirt or the windbreaker that he had on. Not shirt, but the jacket or windbreaker or whatever. It was Arrow something. And it does kind of look like it, but I don't think that's it. I don't think that's the one.
Oh.
All right. Betty Jo, don't start all that yawning. You know, I've used almost all of my sticky notes in just this case. It's crazy. Wait, is this in 2026? Hold on. Sally said, "Did you take your cough medicine?" Betty Jo. Sally, she's ignoring me.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay, so January the 29th. This is the girl who was arrested the other night, the day before the raid happened.
I was telling you, hold on, I had to pee.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. My bad. All right. So when she was arrested back in 2025, she has a dangerous drug possession, a felony in the 4th degree. She has another felony in the 4th degree for the same charge. And then a paraphernalia, a possession of paraphernalia, a felony in the 6th degree. But this would have been during the same time that he was arrested. for the whole trafficking thing. Where is his shit at? Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for something real quick.
Okay. I'm back.
Okay. She has an attempted burglary in the second degree. Oh, this is from 2011. 2016, she's got a substance violation. Damn, this woman is dead. He's got a soliciting charge, a paraphernalia violation, endangerment, criminal damage, flight from vehicle. Holy shit, that's okay. Long ass rap sheet. I don't know. There's still so much stuff coming out on this case. It's crazy. You know who JB is from WFLA?
Yes.
He posted an hour ago. When did the story become more about the storytellers than the story itself?
That's true.
Exactly what I was saying about Inside Edition. They could have. It's okay to talk about the live streamers that are out there, but why not wait until the case is over with and she has been found, and then do a story on it? Sally, he's 100% right. Hey, big dog, how are you? I'm late to a very important stream with Scarlett and Betty Joe. Sung in a song tune voice. Well, big dog, thank you for joining us. I wonder where King is at.
I don't know.
She has been completely MIA now for like 2 days.
I don't know. We asked her about her birthday present. She
I'll
never
get
come back.
I mean, yeah, I haven't. You know what? I actually have not seen her since I asked her that.
Remember when we were doing the
What night was that? Was that night before last? Monday night
it could have been Monday.
or Sunday?
Could have been Sunday. I believe it might have been Sunday.
Yeah, she come in the voice thing.
Yeah, we asked her how her birthday was and what she, would she give for her birthday, and she dipped.
Yeah, because that's all I asked her is, like, what did you get? She was like,
Right.
I'll be back.
Then she dips. Ain't seen her since.
Tiff says it's still her birthday. I want to know what she got. She ain't got to tell me everything, but see, I missed a lot, but people criticize the sheriff at the beginning. That's fine, but it's easy to sit on our pillows judging. Big dog, I'm just going to be honest, and this is just strictly my opinion only. I think he needs to turn it over to the FBI.
Yep, I agree.
I don't know if it's just he's overwhelmed with the whole thing, if he's overwhelmed with the media and the media presence that this case has gotten. I don't know if he just like the fact that the FBI is in town. If he's in a pissing contest with people, if he just solely wants to solve the case on his own, I don't know what it is.
No, I'm sorry to say, he might be a good sheriff and he might not. That's not for me to determine. But he needs help. He can't do this on his own. He needs the FBI.
I mean, I'm glad that he he called the FBI in because the FBI can't just voluntarily come in, like they have to be invited in or asked in. And I'm glad that he did that. But I still think that he needs to turn it over and let Pima County assist. The FBI has far more reach and more resources and the ability to get things done where a county or a state does not. Just about the sheriff and questioning run on News Nation. So yeah, we didn't get to hear in Brian's interview with him the questions that he was asking Brian because that was before camera was cut on. Hey, Commander, how are you?
Don't be picking on Megyn Kelly now.
And see, but I did not watch the one that he's talking about either. I think I've only watched one or
I
two
watched
of
it.
Megyn
She didn't say
Kelly's
nothing
thing.
wrong.
It's one of Megyn Kelly's. I'll have to go back and see if I can find it.
But the truth.
Tiff, that's what I'm saying. Why are they not using the PIOs? That's what they're there for.
But that's what I'm saying. If you have a public information officer, use them. You don't have to be in front of the camera because you're fumbling over your words.
Yeah.
Every interview I've watched with the sheriff, he fumbles over his words.
Well, he says something and he has to backtrack, and then he's very soft spoken, and you can't hear anything he's saying. So it's like, how can you? If I'm talking and y'all can't hear me, how do y'all know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with him. Like that's what the mics are up there in front of him for, and he's just not.
Shishi, you might be right. I think it was Trump that called the FBI in.
Was it not Trump that?
She might be right. I don't know. I don't know.
Then where did I hear Pima County's the one that called him in? I know that Trump made a comment, and yet uh, that he was sending all available resources. I did hear all federal available resources, I believe is the word that he used. But I think the FBI was already there,
I don't know. See,
if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't pay attention to that part.
I want to say FBI was already there when he made that comment.
But even so, he should just not hand it, like, work together instead of trying to work against each other.
Yeah. But try to make it like you're working together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Trump saying the death penalty should be exercised was a huge problem. I don't think it was good for the case. No, I can see that just on because that may make whoever it was that took her cross the border for sure, and or even more borders, and not just Mexico. To a point that where they could possibly they would do something really bad to Nancy if she is still alive, and then they just disappear and they're never found.
I mean, no matter what, the FBI is there. You might as well use them.
Yeah.
Might as well work together instead of trying to work against each other.
I have definitely got to go find my commands because that's the only one I remember. Wait, what?
Well, with the death penalty,
I mean, people are going to look at it like, is
Yeah.
everybody who kidnaps or abducts someone, do they get the death penalty too? Because you got to remember, in making comments like that there are so many other missing person cases.
right.
And Nancy's case is huge. And a lot of these other cases are not, they don't get near the amount of attention is
No,
what
they don't.
is what Nancy's is getting.
No, they don't. Now, if it comes to be where she's not with us anymore, and they do catch the people,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I believe 100% should be death penalty.
But honestly, it should be like that for any case.
Well, yeah,
If you
if
kidnap someone, it doesn't matter if it's a child, a teenager, an adult, an elderly person. If you
right,
kidnap them, and you do any type of, uh, I'm trying to watch my words here. Let's just say if you cause
any
death,
harm, any type of harm.
yeah, because well, I mean, kind of in a way though, any type like there's always going to be, I think, some type of harm that's
Well,
done
yeah,
in a kidnapping case, but
I'm talking like unalived or
yeah, something like I think it should be, if you are found guilty, it should be an automatic death sentence.
yeah.
And for the states that don't have the death penalty, it should be automatic life in prison without parole.
Yep.
That's just, once again, my opinion. Scarlett A. sent to Ashley Banfield Bryan. She's mad on Discord message to you. Okay, big dog, I got it. Thank you. So, that just should be an automated thing. Like, it makes sense, but at the same time, these other cases, because I saw on TikTok the other day that someone was over there, and I mean, what they were saying was the God's honest truth. That all of these other cases, like, there's so many cases of missing person, but why is Nancy's getting so much media attention and so much coverage, and the president commenting on it?
You want what?
I, I mean, because of who our daughter is,
Yeah,
obviously,
exactly.
but why can't these other cases get
Get the same coverage.
that same type of
Yeah,
energy?
that's what irritates me. They are just as high profile as this
Mm-hmm.
one because they've been kidnapped or missing or whatever. It's still a high profile case.
And we know that there's been other missing person cases that's taken off and become bigger than what some of the other ones have been.
But see, this one's going to turn out like the Sebastian case, like the Summer Wells case. It's all going to end up with drama. After a while, it's going to end up with drama.
I hope not. Because honestly, I think if it was going to end up in drama, I think it would have been more drama than what's. Because if you remember, Summer and Sebastian's both started out with drama, like, really, like, right after, and we're in like week 3 of Nancy's.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't turn into that. It's going to be a conspiracy till the end of time. Commander, I do believe that.
Yeah.
There's going to be, until so whoever did this is called, brought in, the evidence laid out in front of everyone in the public, and all of that. It's, yeah, people are going to talk, and they're going to put out misinformation, and there's going to be rumors, and it's going to be all of that. A movie,
Okay.
a book, and in the record book.
See, my theory is, and this is just my theory, my opinion. After her daughter read out the Epstein, whatever she had, the book or whatever.
Well, I know she interviewed the victims.
after she did all that is when this happened. Like a week or two after. When did she read it? It was the beginning of February, I believe, is when she had the interviews.
Well, no, because February the 1st is when Nancy was reported missing.
Yeah, it was the end of January, right?
Hold on. Let me see.
Was it the 31st or the 1st?
Okay, so she was at Annie and Tommaso's on January the 31st. And then she went missing on February the 1st around 2 a.m. Or that's when her pacemaker disconnected.
So when Savannah Ray interviewed them, it was in January. I think it was a few weeks before this happened.
Okay, let's see. What? No, this is September of 2029.
I
It's
don't
when
know.
she interviewed him.
But I don't know. My
No,
theory.
now there was an Epstein drop done, a file drop done a few days before Nancy went missing.
Okay. I don't know.
So
I think
that could be what you're talking about.
that could be. I think, in my opinion, because Epstein was so, disgusting,
Uh huh.
I think the cartel was involved with him, with all this junk going on, and these poor girls getting whatever. I think, to be honest, I think the cartel might have took her.
I mean, I've been saying that. Police showed the 16 gloves. The sniffer aircraft was more either laugh or cry.
Yeah.
The whole sniffer, the signal sniffer thing. I heard about that the other night also.
Yeah.
That they had put it on the helicopter. But the helicopter, which is why it wasn't picking up on flight radar, has to fly very, very low to the ground, and it has to go very, very slow in order to try to pick up the signal from the pacemaker.
Did they ever use it?
Yeah, they used it. Because if I'm not mistaken, Tip, wasn't it you that I was talking to in Discord, and you had asked if there was a thing that they could like go around the city to try and I was like, that would be a slow process. I want to say it was Tip that I was talking to about it.
It probably would be a slow process, but it probably would to it probably would help a little bit.
Well, I mean, they did use it, but it didn't come up with any results. Okay, and the Virginia, she was one of the Epstein victims. She died April the 25th of last year in Australia, which I still think is kind
Who
of
was
weird.
who
You
was
know,
it?
Virginia, the blonde-headed woman that she came out and talked about what she went through during the whole Epstein thing, and she was like
Yeah.
one of the victims or whatever. And then they're saying she took her life.
I don't think she did.
I don't think so either.
I think somebody did it for her
Yep.
that had part in the Epstein.
Yep.
Oh, you'd be surprised what names are on that list.
Oh yeah, I saw I didn't go through all of the names the other night, but I saw some of them that was on there because what's her name? The Pam, I think her name's Pam. She released the documents, and there was like less redactions or no redactions on them or something like that. And I haven't got to go through all of them yet, but there was like 30 pages worth of names that was on there.
Mm-hmm.
The first ones that were dropped, I still haven't got through all those. I haven't got through all the photos yet.
My son was going through them.
I've made it to like I'm up in like the 8,000s, I think it is of the photos or something like that, like way up there. But I
Yeah.
haven't even got through all of them.
My son and my daughter was going through the files, and
It's
then he had
crazy.
asked me. He said, "You think Scarlett would go live one night on this?" I said, "I could ask her."
There's so many though. That's the problem. I don't know where to start with them. The shirt is addressed at phone for his video. Basically, they used it. Yeah, Big Dog. I did see that. I talked about that earlier. The Border Patrol K9 had used it, but just after they were done with it, just threw it over on the rocks beside the walkway.
Yeah.
Why not just hand it off to one of the FBI agents and let them put it in a bag? Why just
Right.
throw her clothes down like that?
That's I don't get that. You are a police officer or whoever you were that was doing it. You're trained to bag this stuff,
Yeah.
not just throw it away.
Yeah, because I mean, they
It's
were
like,
just using it for the dog to pick the scent up or whatever, or to catch her scent so they could try to track. Uh, but just leaving it there didn't make any
yeah, and and when they're going through her house or just throwing their gloves wherever, you're trained. You are trained not to do that type of stuff.
sense.
Just
Yeah, I
like
know.
they did in the Idaho poor, throw them wherever they wanted to.
Yep.
You can't do that shit. I'm losing my voice.
What did I just?
I don't know. Some of these cases make me just want to show these people how to do their job.
I know,
I'm not
but
trained in it,
I know.
but I bet you I could do a better job than some of these people are doing.
Yeah, got speculation for a live chat or I watched you. Okay. Well, I mean, Big Dog, if you want to do a the Discord live chat after the live, you're more than welcome to. I probably won't be in there because as soon as I'm done with this, I think I'm going to bed. I'm literally losing sleep over this case. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to the baby laid down last night
Mm-hmm.
at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, I think it was. I laid down there with her. Me and her both were out. I didn't wake up till 7 o'clock this morning.
Well, Monday night I was wanting to do a live and I laid down. It was like I was in Discord and watching something at the same time, and I went and laid down, and I didn't mean to fall asleep, but I woke up. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like damn.
Because when I went to the doctor yesterday, I told him, I said, the cough medicine that you gave me the last time, I said, it's not doing anything. It didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I even had some left over and I was taking it. And it didn't even help. He said, all right. He said, well, I'll just give you something different. He said, it's Robitussin with codeine, but it's a higher dosage. I take a 7.5 instead of 5 milliliters. I do
Yeah.
7.5, and I take it twice a day. And then I got the pills where he said it's my sinuses. They're not infected. He said, but they were messing with me. It's why my ear was hurting.
Mm-hmm.
He said, because you don't have an ear infection.
Well,
He
that's
said,
good.
ear. He said, but I can tell your sinuses are starting to. He said they're not infected, but they're starting.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least they called it early before the infection set in.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems like it's helping. My voice comes back sometimes. Because at first he thought I had bronchitis.
Mm-hmm.
But he checked all my lungs and stuff like that. He says, your lungs are not. He said you're cleared out, in your lungs. So I said, okay, whatever. You're the doctor, not me.
Well, that's a good thing too.
'Cause-
I have not seen anyone show the inside of Nancy's house.
No, I haven't either. That's one thing they haven't done is show the inside of her house.
Yeah, that will. I, body cam footage, uh, crime scene photos, none of that will be shown until after the case is over with. It has been closed,
Yep.
and then you would have to do a FOIA. And
See,
there's no guarantee that you're even going to get any of that footage there.
right. But see, that's a good thing because you got it where nobody knows what's going on in the house.
Right.
So you can't speculate on that because they haven't showed anything. The only thing they showed was the blood on the front porch, which I think was put there to make it look like they came out the front door.
Right. So I want to watch more Savannah's hometown tour. I've only seen a clip. Commander, that's all I've seen was, I don't know if I played it on here the other night or I watched it somewhere, uh, where she did the hometown thing, but I haven't watched the whole thing. Scarlett, if you could ask one question in Betty Joe, what would you ask?
One question. For what?
In the case.
For the case?
Wait, so Big Dog, who would I be asking the question to? Because I think that would depend on what question I would ask.
I'm wondering if maybe somebody did this to get Savannah from going to the Olympics because she was supposed to cover the Olympics.
Oh yeah, she was ready to go.
Yeah. I'm wondering if this was all done to keep her from doing that.
I don't know.
But then again, why? Well,
yeah, like what would be the purpose of doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, so one question. I would ask Sheriff Nanos why doesn't he turn the case over to the FBI and let Pima County assist? That would be one question I would want to know. I'm trying to think of any other ones that hasn't already been asked by journalists. Because I know it was asked, like, did they think of if there was others involved other than the guy at the front door? I would want to know why, after 2 weeks, did agents go to Nancy's neighbor's house to check their video camera that was outside? Because that happened Monday or yesterday?
I don't know. I would ask why the sheriff is having a hard time letting the FBI help him. Letting the FBI kind of not take over fully, but take over. I don't know.
I think the FBI needs to take it over completely and just let Pima County assist. That's what I think. But that, once again, is just my opinion.
The only reason why I say that is because the FBI has more equipment, more, I don't know, I would say more training. I mean, some of them anyway, not all of them.
Well, the fact that it's been said by locals in the area that he has ran off all of his people that had experience, and he's kind of running with a crew that's very limited on experience. That's another reason why the FBI should take it over. And Tiff has a good question: did they dust for prints anywhere inside and outside of the house?
That is a good question. I don't know. I would say inside the house, most definitely.
Yeah, because like
Outside,
around where the ring or the Nest Cam was on. Uh, Jimmy, how are you? Uh, okay, Jimmy, if you are homeless, I hate to hear that, but please do not come in my chat asking for money. Where was I going? What the fuck was I just saying?
something about dusting around the ring camera.
Oh, yes, the Nest Cam outside. We don't know if they either, if they dusted that. I would assume that they did
Right.
because, when it happened Sunday, when she was reported missing, we didn't, it wasn't known to the public, like outside of Tucson or even maybe out of the state of Arizona, that she was missing until, what was it, Monday? I think was the first time I'd heard about it. And I had heard that Savannah Guthrie's mother, the co-host of the Today Show, her mom is missing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was Monday because they said that her mom was missing and she had to back out of the Olympics
Yeah.
because her mother was missing.
See, the door didn't look like they dusted it. And Tip, if they didn't, which I understand. Well, here's the thing though. At the time, they didn't know if the dude had gloves on or not. So the door should have been dusted. They knew that the camera wasn't there. So they,
Everything
so
on
yeah,
that porch.
any entrance,
Dust.
exit, windows, everything should have been
Yeah.
dusted.
Right.
I didn't see the black stuff now that you mentioned it. Yeah, Brian Eaton walked right up to the door.
Yeah.
So no, I don't remember seeing anything there either. Huh. Well, now I'm curious. Hold on, see if I'm writing your question now because I know somebody I'm going to send a message to and ask. Or ask if they can get that information. Okay, Big Dog, what do you think is silly in your opinion? Share the search result about polygraph sources. Was it ever said today who was supposed to take a polygraph at the sheriff's department?
I didn't see that.
So apparently, media had showed up at the sheriff's department along with some streamers, and I had heard that it was because someone was there supposed to be doing a polygraph, but I never heard who it was, or I don't think I even seen them come out. But I had the stream that I was watching pulled up, but I was doing something else and couldn't listen, and I could have missed it. Polygraph results in incorporating them. Okay.
It says Nancy update lie detector overnight overnight night crawler. I
Wait,
don't
where are
know what
you?
the heck that means. FBI reaches out to Mexican authorities about Nancy.
Yeah, I did see that earlier. Um, so basically, FBI they reached out to the federal Mexican authorities and asked them to put it out to various law enforcement agencies down there to be on the lookout for Nancy and her kidnapper, and had even looked at the border patrol cameras and some other devices. They didn't specify what other devices, but they were looking to see if maybe right after, like, she is her pacemaker disconnects at 2 a.m. And however long it would take for them to get her across the border at that point.
Right.
And they don't think that it happened right when she was taken. They believe if she was taken across the border, that it was a day or so out.
And then they have Nancy's update. FBI makes shocking DNA in Nancy's case.
Yeah, that's that. There was no hidden code. Okay, so I heard the sheriff said that it was for new hires, but I also heard that it was to help clear people. See, that's what I'm saying. There's every time something comes out, there's like 2 or 3 explanations for it, and you don't know which one is the truth and which one isn't.
I don't know. People are
All
crazy.
right, y'all. Yeah, the whole case is just nuts. Honestly.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna jump down.
Yeah, I'm about to get out of here, and I'm gonna try to get some sleep because I know that I'm probably gonna be back up. For whatever reason, I've gotten to where I wake up every morning, whether I have to get up at 3 o'clock or not. I'm still awake at 3 o'clock, and if I end up going back to sleep around 5, but then I have to get back up no later than Commander, have a good night. No later than 9:45 because I have to do the cardio scans at 10. But I got where I wake up at like 7 or 8, and by that point I might as well just get up and see what's going on with Case. Okay, so Betty Joe Big Dog says to join him over in the voice thingy over in Discord if you want to, or anybody else who is in Discord who wants to join. Sally may have a good night. I will not be in there tonight. Like I said, I'm about to go.
I took my cough medicine, so I'm about to.
Okay, yeah, you're probably gonna be out in a few minutes.
I mean, I'll try, but I ain't making
Okay.
promises.
All right, I should be back tomorrow night. Trying to think. I don't think I have anything to do Friday to where it would cause me to miss tomorrow. So I should be back tomorrow night. Unless something just comes up unexpectedly and I'm not here. So.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna jump down.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming up, and I hope you get some rest.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. So I'm about to get out of here, so I can try to go to bed. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. Just on, have a good night. Big Dog, have a good night. Sally Mae says, sorry, I got company too loud. Sally, that's fine. But I love you all. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will talk to all of y'all later.